What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? How y'all doing? I hope you're having a good day. Because like for me, I'm having a good day right now. Some people day might be going better than ours and stuff like that. But the thing about, in my opinion, I will be doing a review on season 5. No, not season 5, but episode 5, Bobba Fett. And plus the other thing that I want to talk about, um, the other stuff I want to talk about is about the DC movie updates, Marvel movie updates, the troubles, what I think could be happening, not happening in the future. I think to Marvel and DC, what would I like to see? For me, right? What I think could be good, could not be good for everybody, but everybody's opinion is different, and that's a good thing. I think in this space, in the YouTube space, but the thing is, it could be different, but don't be too biased. I think, in my opinion, that'd be a good thing. Because think about it, when you're too biased, I think when you're too biased, I think, in my opinion, that should be a bad thing, good thing. And that actually could be like, um, which I think could be good or bad, but then it's up to you. It's up to you, I think, in the end of the day, what you think about it. About the superhero genre and other stuff, I think, in my opinion, could be good or bad. But, like, in my opinion, I think everything is good. Excuse me, because, like, for me, all right, what I learned about everything different YouTube, Twitch. And which I learned for most of the time, I think, that some people might not get. Some people might get, some people might not. Because, like, for me, right, if people could do, for me, right, in my opinion, I think some things is good, some things is bad, everything like that. But, um, but if you look at it, in my opinion, um, and it sounds like, in my opinion, right, if people got different opinion, everything like that, of my opinions based on Marvel and DC, and that's actually a good thing, in my opinion. Because, like, for me, right, what I learned, and what I learned and stuff like that, deal with opinions on the internet. Everybody's opinion won't be alike, in my opinion, and people just gotta accept that sometimes. If you're looking at my opinion, it's actually a good thing that everybody's opinion is different, because think about it, you can actually learn you can learn different stuff. I think, in my opinion, deal with YouTube subscribers, YouTube, Twitch, everything else like that. But like in my opinion, what I learned about certain stuff dealing with YouTube, everything like that, it's like everybody's not the same. Everybody's not the same. And when people learn they're not the same and equal, and something use their platform, I think, in my opinion, they use their platform, everything like that, which I learn what I've seen on YouTube, Twitch, everything like that. Is some people use their platform not for the best intentions, but everybody, which I think, in my opinion, um, everybody, in my opinion, use their platform in different ways. But if y'all got opinion, or a question to ask me, anything like that, y'all can type it into the chat on Twitch or YouTube or anything else like that. Because, like, for me, right, what I learned about my opinions, everything like that, is that my opinions is not actually popular just for most people. And that's the kind of thing I learned, because, like, some people on YouTube, Twitch have the same opinions, and most people's opinions I learned be like the same thing, which I learn and stuff like that. Like, everybody's different on that, but um, but in my opinion, right, I think everybody's opinions is valid, in my opinion, whether we like to admit it or not. And that's kind of like my opinion about it. If y'all got different opinions on the subject, like movies, shows, actors, and stuff like that. If y'all got like a different opinion based on that, and um, and kind of like for me, right, which I learned on stuff like that, we got a different opinion on that, but it's up to y'all at the end of the day. It's up to y'all at the end of the day. If y'all like it, not like my opinion. If y'all question about my opinions, I'm good with that. Or if I got question my opinion, I have for any other live streaming and anything like that. But like, in my opinion, I kind of fair to most stuff. In my opinion, I'm a fair critique person, and that's kind of like for me, right? And for sure, I kind of pride myself on being fair. In my opinion, based on Marvel, DC, rather though I know that Marvel don't do everything perfect, but I learned that certain stuff is different though. Certain stuff is different. Which I learned, in my opinion, right? If y'all got sound like I learned from Marvel, is like Marvel, like, in my opinion, is willing to go there. I think, in my opinion, on search the on their ground level character show be better than their how can I say this? The ground level character show be better than the supernatural stuff. If y'all know how I mean by that. That sound like people could agree disagree, but their best movies came from the ground heroes. Sound like Captain America, the Iron Man's. The first Iron Man is the best one, but I did like the second one though. But the third one, I'm I'm not too much hating on it, but like, in my opinion, I think they have some stuff that that could have been better up in the third Iron Man movie. It could have been better, in my opinion. But everybody different on that. But I like certain things happen in the Iron Man series. Um, because it kind of feel like to me that the whole universe was built around Iron Man, which is not supposed to be. because you're supposed to build your franchise around about 2 or 3 characters, I think, which would have been better. But if you look at it, in my opinion, it kind of felt like, in my opinion, that they built it on Iron Man, which was a good decision at the time, because that's what it was Robert Downey Jr. He came in, but they should have kept Terrence Howard, I think, in my opinion. But it switched over to shoot, they switched to Don Cheadle, which Don Cheadle is a good actor, in my opinion. He is a good actor. Rather be like it or not, he is a good actor. Rather be like that man or not, Don Cheadle's a good actor, but I think Terrence Howard had fitted better, I think. But the thing is, since seeing Don Cheadle in it, I actually liked it. I actually liked it, in my opinion, but everybody's different on that. But some people like it, some people don't like him as um as War Machine. But the thing about it, I don't hate him as War Machine. But if you look at it overall, it kind of feel like, in my opinion, but they kind of got that. They kind of got, in my opinion, a whole different field deal with the Iron Man series, I think, compared to other movies. And that just me in my opinion, and that how I felt like throughout this Iron Man, doing the Iron Man series, movies, everything like that. It kind of felt like the Iron Man had took over the whole MCU. If you look at movies, everything like that, Iron Man, this wrong, that's wrong, and that is my opinion about it. But if y'all got a different opinion on it, if y'all got a different opinion, which I think the MCU future could be, but if you look at it overall, now it was some news on the MCU that I wanted to bring up. Um, it was like some reshoots they had. It was kind of like it was some news based on Miss Marvel or something like that. How Phase 4 solved Wakanda's vibranium problem by Screen Rant. Hmm. I didn't know they had a Veil vibranium problem. And that is my problem with it. But I just want to look at this article and see if they actually got a case for it. Oh man, shoot. And just let me just see. Cause there's two articles, y'all. I came up with it's two of them. Where's the article at? Where's the article at? Share. I could share right here. Come on. Share it. Hmm. Come on, man. Shoot. Shoot, my internet be acting up, man. I hate that jump. I hate that jump when the internet be acting up. Fine. The name of this article right here, in case anybody don't know, the Phase 4 already saw the Wakanda vibranium pump. Wait a minute. The last time I checked, is that big old Wakanda didn't have a big old vibranium pump. I didn't know they had a vibranium power because last time I checked in the movies, nobody wasn't stealing their power though. Their metal, their lifeline last time I checked. And but they were honestly all the movies and sorry YouTube, Twitch, it was technical issues dealing with Wi-Fi and shucks. I hate that. Share screen. Um, and kind of like for me, right? What I learned about this article. Okay, if y'all can see it, y'all can type in the chat if y'all can see it, because I hope my article so it can come up. Vibranium 4 had already solved the phase 4 had already solved the big old vibranium problem. And that's kind of like my problem I got with this talk song. How phase 4 already solved it, and plus it never was a problem in my opinion. Wakanda never, like in my opinion, had a vibranium problem the last time I checked. Cause like, I look at Hawkeye, Infinity War, all these movies, and plus I never saw this problem dealing with vibranium. And and that's kind of like my beef with y'all with it. So this is my screen rant, but let's read it to make sure that everything's good, and make sure that Marvel is not making new problems like they usually do, but they do anyway. But Phase 4 would take a viewer back to Wakanda and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's already saw the big Wakanda problem with the MCU had the first three phases, collecting known as the Infinity Saga. Okay. Phase 4 is also continuous to establish in the characters. Okay, that's good. The universe can solve past problems and make way for new ones. Why? But why do I have a feeling that deal with Marvel is that Marvel does not make new problems and not solve them? In my opinion, and of my opinion, that's how I think they gotta go. And that's kind of like my opinion, what I feel like is going on. But everybody different on that part. But that just me. That just me up in there is how I feel about it. But everybody can be different though. Everybody, in my opinion, can be different. In my opinion, okay. It's a Phase 4 scene return, or like Spider Man, Wanda, how can I say this? Wanda Maximoff, Magneto daughter, um, Loki, Thor, Black Panther, later big questions. That characters like Shuri, Lakeisha Wright, Nakia, Lupita Nyong'o, and Bunku, Winston Duke. One of the most important says in MCU throughout the whole history. Okay. And kind of like in my opinion, this could be a good thing. This could be a good thing. And that's kind of the thing I like. That if they gotta bring new things too, I think in my opinion, new stories. I'm all for new stories, but that's what just don't create new problems when we don't got none. And why Tony Stark? No, no, his suit is not made of. It's not made of, in my opinion, vibranium. It make no sense. We because they never established that in the movie. They never established that in the movie that his stuff that's made of vibranium. It's made of nanonites technology and stuff like that. But it's not made of in my opinion, how can I say this? It's not made of, in my opinion, how can I say this? It's not made of vibranium. It's made of other stuff. It's made of other stuff, I think, in my opinion. But within my opinion, it's not made of how can I say this without being mean? It's not made of, my opinion, vibranium, which don't make no sense because they know themselves is that Wakanda do not, based on the Black Panther and what I researched, the Wakanda people do not, let everybody this, Wakanda people do not give this stuff to outsiders. Unless they came to try to give them permission, or somebody steal it. That's the only way. If you steal it, you better be willing to get out there alive. Because those people in the on the what kind of people I see in the comic books and the movies, they're vicious. And that's just my opinion on it. Um but things she used by Howard Stark, Captain America Shield years later, it was built by the Ultron synthetic body. Paul Bettany bought two characters. The other one is gone, but I don't think the other one's gone. I think the other one is trapped inside the one of the Hex world. Hmm. Yeah, that just it kind of other opinion I like is like how can I say this? I kind of like, in my opinion, like if they gotta do like solve the big old vision problem, I think they got to free the other vision from the other world and just combine them together. That's what I think what would do best. I think, in my opinion, but everybody different on that. But the thing about some people might think it might work, some people think it might not. And that's just my opinion on that. But if other people think it might work, it might not. That's just everybody's opinion. That's just me. Everybody's opinion is different. Everybody's opinion is different on that part. Rather we like it or not, that rather we like it or not, the One Division show was nominated for awards. Some people think it was deserved. Some people think it's not. I think it wasn't that much deserving of all of them awards they got. But that's just my opinion on it. But everybody different on that. Everybody different, and and that just that just me on that part. Um, and that just me on that part because like I think the One Division show could have been better if they would bring in if they were bringing stuff for the comic books onto the show. Because you look at the show, you could tell the person did no research on it, but everybody different on that. But thing but some people think it was a good thing, some people think it was a bad thing. But for me, I think the show just been running the mill average show. And that's just me. And that's just me, in my opinion. What I think of the show, because for me, I think the show was average. I think the One Division show was average, and the One Division show actually disappointed, in my opinion. And and based on the Tony Stark suit, never had no in my opinion, like I said, it never had, in my opinion, a big old vibranium suit. And plus, I don't get how Screen Rant could have that as a problem, and it never existed. It never was a problem, in my opinion. Too. That just me. That just me and my my different opinion than with that, but that's just me in my opinion. That's what I think of it. But shoot, that's a problem in my opinion. Because anybody, how you get, how do you get, in my opinion, how do you get, in my opinion, right? And, of my opinion, how do you get Tony Stark with a suit? Tony Stark with just with a just with a big old vibranium suit, knowing that he never had none, which don't make no sense in the first place for the for bringing it up, which I don't get. But everybody different on that. But that's just me in my opinion on that. But some people might like it, some people might not. But like in my opinion, but everybody different on their opinion. But but something like for me, right? What I do like, shoot, I do like, I do like the theory they might made from different kind of soup, but Shrimp got that wrong when they say it made of vibranium. But this say before you open up, yeah, yeah. If you look at it, they did had it in my opinion. But think about it, everybody different on that though. Everybody had a different opinion. But everybody had a different opinion on that part. But something like for me, in my opinion, what I think of it, what I what I think of it, shoot, I do think that certain parts of the MCU is just overrated. It's overrated, I think, in my opinion, and some people think it's not because it's people out there who actually think that on the MCU is overrated, and some people think it's a masterpiece. I am in the camp of my opinion. That's just my opinion of it. I don't like it. I don't like when everybody just liking on the stuff. I think, in my opinion, without giving it of my opinion, it's actually a bad thing. But the thing about for me, I actually like the MCU. The MCU is not a bad universe, in my opinion. It's not a bad universe, but people don't. But within my opinion, it's like people don't treat it with the same. How can I say, the same vigor they do the DCEU, in my opinion. If y'all think I'm wrong, look at YouTube and look at the way people critique MCU movies compared to Marvel movies, and that just me, in my opinion. And plus the next news that I want to talk about, the next article, um is I want to talk about Doctor Strange 2. Doctor Strange 2 seems like it's gonna be a good movie. That's just me, in my opinion. If you look at it, the Doctor Strange movie, the Doctor Strange trailer look good, and put it seem like it might be a dark version of Doctor Strange, but like in my opinion, I do think that this one that in this movie, Dormammu might be the one that come back as a dark Doctor Strange. That might be Dormammu disguised as Doctor Strange, in my opinion. But everybody different though. And what I think of it. If y'all think something different, then y'all can put it in the chat and anything like that. If y'all think something different, everything like that. if you look at it, of my opinion, right? Shoot, I do think it could be a good or bad thing, everything like that. But such in my opinion, right? If they do a Doctor Strange 2, if that is Doctor Strange for the in my opinion, how can I say this? How could I say this? How could I say this? Everybody different though, in my opinion, but that is my opinion on it. And kind of like I think for this movie right here, that can open up a whole bunch of stuff. It probably could open up the thing just for Doctor Strange, that just for the Fantastic Four or the X-Men to come through the multiverse. If this is a multiverse thing and anything like that. But um, so like in my opinion, right? In my opinion, um, I think like in my opinion, dealing with the movies, everything like that, which I do see most of the time, is how can I say this? I think like a Doctor Strange article or stuff like that could be it could be like in my opinion good, bad, everything between. I think in my opinion, but everybody different on that. But I think in my opinion is like Doctor Strange old partner that was played by Alicia Ford. And that's kind of like in my opinion, which I do like. Let's read the article to make sure that some of theories could be right though. Doctor Strange metaphor may be hiding a true villain is the other here of the show, which is a show I kind of like, but kind of like it just got better ever since this episode. I think, in my opinion, it sound like for everybody. This show right here, the Boba Fett show, I think, in my opinion, got better. The Boba Fett show got better. But the thing, in my opinion, it sounded like the Mandalorian came back. The Mandalorian was the one that rise up in quality of the show. It wasn't Boba Fett himself that did it. It took the Mandalorian coming back to get this show on everybody's radar, which I think could be bad, good, everything else like that. But like in my opinion, right? If it take Mandalorian coming back to get your show better, I'm good. I'm good with that. Because think about for me, right? It is like that. Like in my opinion, they were doing too many setups. Sound like the first, second, third episode. I understand you doing setups, everything else like that. But that's good in my opinion. You want to do setups for all the episodes because for me, I understand the first, second, third, but the fourth episode, I think, in my opinion, was like in my opinion, it was actually a good episode. I think, in my opinion, the third, fourth episode, and stuff like that. And that's just my opinion on it. I actually like that episode. I actually like that episode. I think, in my opinion, the third, the first two episodes was good. I like the first two episodes. The first two episodes was sound like origins to how he get to where he went. Um, I think that, in my opinion, that's actually a good thing, which I do like. The first that sound like people that was complaining about the first two episodes. I don't get why they was complaining doing those episodes because right if you doing a show about a character that's new, which I think, in my opinion, you should be doing like episodes, everything like that, which I do like, which I do like most of the time, which I do like most of the time. That when shows and episodes actually take their time, just instead of just trying to rush everything. Which I do think was a good thing. What they did was take their time to through two episodes. But the third episode, they should have given Boba Fett more action scenes. I think, in my opinion, because you need to show Boba Fett being fair, some and being fair because of his skills, everything like that. And he's supposed to be the most fair body hunter, in my opinion. You're supposed to be the most fair body hunter. As Disney, you fail because you post this show, like, in my opinion, the reason why you put the most fair body hunter because be because we know that everybody don't read comics. Rather be like it or not, as comic book fans, everything like that. Everybody in the general public don't read comics. Some some people just look at the shows and expect the show to explain everything, which could be a bad or a good thing, but like, in my opinion, I would be actually glad when the general public actually like a show like that. It's actually good, in my opinion. It's actually a good thing. But my other stuff, which I do like, which I do like most of the time. That I do like the other shows most of the time. That sound like Captain America Winter Soldier, everything like that. But this Boba Fett show is the show was a C overall, a C plus, a B minus to a C overall. But this episode raised up to a B, which I think, in my opinion, that this episode right here is boost up the whole series. I think, in my opinion, that's me. That's me, in my opinion. But if y'all got a different opinion about it, then y'all can type it. Then y'all can type it down below. I think, in my opinion, y'all can type it down below if y'all think differently and stuff like that. Which I do think, in my opinion, could be like a whole different. Which I do think could be a good or a bad thing, but everybody different on that. Which I do think could be a good thing, but if you look at it overall, shoot, I do like it. I do like the show overall, though. The show overall, to me, was actually good. The Boba Fett show, the Boba Fett episode, this episode was seeing like the Mandalorian episode. It didn't seem like a Boba Fett episode. It seemed like it was a whole different feel to the episode, because the action, the stakes, and the world seemed like it was different doing this right here. And that's kind of like my feeling, what I got from it. If you look at it overall, this episode seemed like it was a better feel to it. There could be like a different thing where I feel like it could be different, but if you look at it overall, which I think, in my opinion, that most people don't try to do, which I don't like most of the time. Sound like shows and movies I don't like, everything like that. But it kind of feel like in this one, it felt like a different show. And that actually was a good thing, in my opinion. It felt like a different show because like for me, right? Because like for me, in my opinion, if it would have felt like a Boba Fett show, it seemed like it wouldn't have been as good, in my opinion. But I hate saying it like that, but it seemed like it wouldn't have been as good, in my opinion. It wouldn't. If you look at it right, if you look at it from outside looking at it seemed like this episode was better than the first two. The third episode was good. The fourth episode was good too. But this episode was better than the first two. I'd rather be like in a minute or not. That the first two episodes was sound like slow episodes, and plus for me, I understand the reason why it was slow. In my opinion, the first two episodes, I understand the reason why it was slow. But the thing about my opinion about it is like how can I say this? Is that the general public wouldn't have like it, and that's what I learned. You got to learn how to build shows for the general public as well. But we might not like it, but the general public looks at this show differently than the average fan do. And that just me and my opinion about it. But if you look at it overall, it kind of feel like, in my opinion, that the general fans and the showrunner is on two different pages, everything like that. Because the general public looking for action, the fans looking for stuff in the comic books, and that's what I learned about. You got to learn how to put the blend of both in it, because they might, if you don't put a blend of both in it, then you gotta have a problem on your hands dealing with fans in general public. And kind of like for me, right? I understand the reason why people like don't like certain aspects of the show. But the thing is right is like don't try to downplay the show because you know the show is not, which I think in my opinion could be like a real good. It could be like a real good bad situation. I think if that show wasn't, and the Boba Fett show wasn't good at all, I wouldn't understand people complaints. But the show is actually good. The show is actually good in my opinion. The show is actually good, but everybody different on that. But like in my opinion, right, dealing with the shows that I done seen, it's on like WandaVision. That supposed to be a good show, disappointing. The other shows like the other shows that's like Hawkeye, would you expect to be good, wasn't wasn't as good. It kind of like in my opinion disappointed me up in a way, which I don't like in my opinion. But the thing about my opinion about everybody different on that opinion. But like when you look at it, but if you look at the opinions and stuff like that of different shows, movies, the I saw it's like the Boba Fett. It's like Boba Fett's not bad. The Boba Fett just an average show, but the fifth episode had bumped it up to serious a little bit. But the show's actually good though, in my opinion. It's not a bad show. But the thing about it, thing about my opinion, is like people judge the show based on based based on what I think what their expectations expect to be for a show. And when it don't meet their expectations, I think in my opinion, um it's actually a bad thing. But if you look at the One Division show, I wasn't expecting much from it at first, just until the cast was hyping it up, everything like that. Postman this, postman that, and that's just my opinion on it. That show, that show, in my opinion, did itself in when you try hyping up everything and things don't work out when you try to hype up stuff. But my opinion, people call it a masterpiece, and it's not a masterpiece of a show anyway. And that is my opinion of it. But the thing of my opinion of the show is like, oh shoot, I think the show is average. I think the show is average, in my opinion. I think the One Division show is average. This show right here is just above average for now. It's above average show. Whether we like it or not, some people think it's a masterpiece show. But for me, One Division is just an average show. Both Fett shows above average since this episode came up. Because think about for me, I had One Division and this show at average. But its fifth episode raised up the stakes a little bit. But if you look at the ending, the end of the show saying, just in case you don't know, they said that in my opinion, right, that they say like in my opinion, he got to see a little friend. I think his little friend is Grogu, but the things in my opinion, it's all about where is Grogu? Because we know that in my opinion, Grogu training Grogu is trained to be a Jedi. I think he is. But the thing about it, if he's not trained to be a Jedi or nothing like that, then he will be like a real good bounty hunter, I think, in my opinion. But the thing, he'd be a real good bounty hunter. Um, I think in my opinion. But everybody different on that. You're different on that, in my opinion. But think about it. If Grogu could actually be like a Jedi, as some kind of Jedi bounty hunter, boy, that'd be a first one. I think, in my opinion, that would be a first in history. I think, in my opinion, and everybody, I think, in my opinion, could be good, bad things, stuff like that. Like when you look at different shows, everything like that, what you seeing, shoot. But when you look at shows, what I think could be good, the Boba Fett show need to have stakes like episode 5. When you see episode 5 and stuff like that, if you see episode 5, everything like that, then you will see. Then you look at episode 5. It seemed like you see when you look at this whole episode. It seemed like the stakes was there. It seemed like everything was there when you look at the show overall. Because y'all might not want to admit it, but this episode actually show stakes. That by him be the body hunter, like when anybody could get it. Because you look at the Mandalorian could have got killed, anything like that. He wouldn't have find no refuge. Yeah, he wouldn't find no refuge and that like that. During the episode, I think in my opinion, right? In my opinion, could be good, bad, everything between. Yeah, and kind of like in my opinion, right? When dealing with these shows, I think in my opinion, uh, shoot, because shoot, because if you look at it, I think episode 5, 6, and 7 is gonna be the best. I think doing this show, episode 5, 6, 7 is gonna be the best one. Because then if you look at it, every everybody think in my opinion is gonna be it's gonna be good. Like I think in my opinion. But if you look at it, overall, which I think in my opinion they should, that I kind of feel like in my opinion that this show will be a lot better this later half of the season. That other people might not believe that, but I do think this show is gonna be better in the other half of the season, which I think that it will. But if y'all think differently, which I think in my opinion could be good, bad, everything in between. But the thing is up in here, that just me. That just me in my opinion. What I think about it. That's what I think of it. Up in my opinion. It could be good, bad, everything in between. Which I think in my opinion, right, could be good or a bad thing. But think about my opinion. But it's like when you think about shows, movies, everything else like that, we're going on with Star Wars. They have with a soccer show. They're doing the soccer show. They doing like it posted there the Rangers Republic, which was canceled. They posted did like in my opinion. They're doing the Acolyte show. They're supposed to be the Acolyte show they're supposed to be doing. The Acolyte show supposed to be good, they're doing. And but the other thing is that I think they're supposed to be doing like I hope the show's based on the future instead of the past. Because think about it. We need shows based on the future of Star Wars and stuff like that. And just have good storytelling and just have good action scenes, I think in my opinion, with some people just be complaining about. But the thing in my opinion is like I can see I can see up in here what they're talking about though. I can see what they're talking about, but you won't see me dragging down the whole show because I think the whole thing is trash. But if you look at it, shoot, I don't think the whole thing is trash. I think, in my opinion, I just think that just that scene right there could have been better. Because you look at first episodes that had shield people around them. This should have had, like in my opinion, different stuff. Because thing about my opinion, right? They had all different types, all different types of stuff. I think, in my opinion, that could have been there, could have been prevented, and sound like, in my opinion, right? If they can have like different shows, movies, and everything in between, sound like for me in between everything like that. But the thing about, in my opinion, yeah, and kind of my other opinion, what I like everything like that, just the dealing with these shows. I think, in my opinion, these Star Wars shows. Shoot, I just hope the Star Wars shows actually get better because the Star Wars shows do need to get better, in my opinion. The Star Wars shows, in my opinion, do need to get better, and the Star Wars company Disney do not need to be worried about agendas. So they just need to be worried about how can I say this? Because so they just need to worry about, in my opinion, so they just need to worry about, in my opinion, just a good storytelling, good writing, and make sure that the writing of the show makes sense and scenes make sense as well. I think, in my opinion, because that, but I feel like, in my opinion, deal with shows, movies that I've seen, um, that the bigger director could have like a good storytelling idea, but the scenes and nothing just don't make sense until you um like I think, in my opinion, um just don't make sense until you do it yourself. And that just me, in my opinion. But other people feel like, of my opinion, what I think could be good, bad, in between. But that is my opinion of it. But my prediction for the future is like we need shows deal with Jedi's and Sith getting back together up in there, like in my opinion, just being better, and that just means, in my opinion, because you need a show or movie showing that the Jedi and Sith is getting the screws together. The screws already made because shoot, because in my opinion, we don't need we don't need a movie showing screws forming and stuff like that. Just have the screw form. Just have teachers there already. Just say it's there, save history there, everything like that, and that's cool. Of my opinion, and that'd be good. That'd be good. Everything else, in my opinion. But you look at the show right here, the Bubba Fett show. In my opinion, this episode, was the best episode so far. The fifth episode was the best. What was the best one for me? Because the first two episodes, I like the first two episodes. Some people hate the first two episodes, but the first two, I actually like it. Some people might not like it, but and plus I like, on my opinion, Fanny Chan in this show. So the thing about for me, I like her in this show. She is actually good. She's actually good in this show, which I was surprisingly which I think in my opinion, I was surprisingly surprised about that, because because so you look at certain side characters, when you put them in a show with somebody else, they pretty much look bad. But you look at this show, and the actress play her, she's actually good. She's good. She's actually good in my opinion. And everybody different on that. Everybody different. Because if you look at it, because in my opinion, I do feel like it's pretty good. Everybody different on their opinion. Some people think it was good. Some people think it wasn't. But that's just me in my opinion on that. But if you look at the shows, everything like in the future, I think of this series, just in my opinion, I do think the future of this future of both series, they could get a second series, but my opinion is like they just need to put Bobba Fett as a cameo in other period series. I think in my opinion, if it makes sense. If it don't do it. If it do, then you do it, in my opinion. But if you look at it, you look at the show by itself, that the Bobba Fett show by itself is actually a good episode, and plus with the last two episodes, I think in my opinion, we will be seeing some of these characters again, I think, in the future, like Twilight Lady and the Robot. But that just me, in my opinion, the stuff I think might be seen every time like that in the show in the future. But everybody different on that part for me, which I do think is different. But it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all at the end of the day, which one y'all like, which one, in my opinion, don't you like? But my opinion, I think the show by the end will get a B+ to an A-. Both X, please don't let that episode to me let down, because this episode right here raised my expectations for the next one, in my opinion. Because the first one was good, the second one getting better, the third one's building up, the fourth episode, in my opinion, before this one was the best one, and the fifth one right here was the best, was the best of all of them, in my opinion. But yeah, that's me. But if y'all got a different opinion on it, if y'all want me to do a bigger review just on each episode of Boba Fett, I will do that. If y'all want to, just put in the comments or the chat. And plus, I will get around that. But it's up to y'all at the end of the day if y'all want me to do it. But YouTube, Twitch. I will see y'all later. And see y'all next time.